Finding multiple missing terms in a geometric sequence. The easiest way to do this is to find two consecutive terms and find the ratio and then just multiply by that ratio. So I can set up an equation: 1/2 times my ratio equals 3/2. That seems weird. We're going to have to deal with fractions here. But to get rid of a times by 1/2, you could divide by 1/2, or you can multiply by 2/1, which is the reciprocal. You're flipping it and multiplying it, and I'll do the same to this side. It's a lot cleaner looking than trying to divide by a fraction. You'll end up flipping it and multiplying it anyway. So our ratio in this case, 3 times 2 is 6, 2 times 1 is 2. When you're multiplying fractions, you just go straight across, it reduces to 3. If you're wise, you'd notice those 2's and cross cancel at the beginning, and you'd see that your ratio is 3. Now that you know your ratio, you can go back and you can multiply by the ratio. So we're going to check it to make sure. 1/2 times 3 is 3/2. That works. 3/2 times 3 should be 9/2. And if it works, 9/2 times 3 should be 27/2, and that checks. Now, in some cases, you're going to be giving a sequence that doesn't give you enough information to do it this way. So I'm going to rewind to the beginning of this term and say, all right, now you can see what these terms are going to be, but I'm going to erase it and see if you can figure out what if you're only given those two terms and you're asked to find the missing term. Can you do it? We don't have the ability to find our ratio very easily, but we can set up an equation. We know we'd multiply by our ratio twice, once to get our missing term and once to get to 1200. So we could say 3 times my ratio equals 1200. So that's 3r squared equals 1200. We divide by 3 and we get r squared equals 400. Now, to get rid of a squared, we need to take the square root. On your calculator, you might have to do second and then x squared to take the square root, and then you'd do 400. And that'll give you that x equals 20. Really, it's r. Doesn't matter the variable you use. So if our ratio is 20, then we could say 3 times 20 is 60. And we could double check to make sure 60 times 20 is 1200.